back to Games with BK. This is going to be a little bit of a different type of video than the ones I'm used to putting up on this channel. It's going to be more closely, more similar to like a podcast, one of those opinion videos that you see, but it's not all that unfamiliar to me because just a brief background, back in 2018, 2019, this channel that you see right now was actually called BK Talks. And back then it was like a little forum for me to give my opinions, mainly on lighthearted topics like sports and pro wrestling. Occasionally I did touch on some social issues. Now those videos are not on this channel now because not late, but in the middle of 2024, I ended up rebranding the BK Talks channel into the Games with BK video game channel. So you won't find those videos here. But after that 2018, 2019 era, I kind of took a little bit of a break from the podcast and opinion thing. Came back during the pandemic after listening to some people that I'm real cool with, like Stroke of Genius Video. He had a podcast that started up during the pandemic. I took another chance at it using the Anchor app at the time, and then all of those episodes from like 2021 through 2023, they're on Spotify. So if you're interested in that stuff, you could go check that out. But back to this. I decided that with the Games with BK channel, in addition to posting the usual video game clips and stuff of that nature, that I would occasionally, whenever the spirit hit me, just give my opinions on some things related to video games. And I figured, hey, why not? Because I just had a little experience earlier today that would make for a nice opening segment. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Alright, so for background, I'm recording this on May the 2nd, 2025, around 11:47 a.m. About an hour ago, I woke up, felt the urge to play a little Xbox before I got ready for work, and I noticed something a little bit different about the launching of games. And I put the little video at the start of this thing. You got like an extra step you got to go through to launch your games. Now, before this little update, all you had to do when you fired up your Xbox, you hit A on the game that you trying to play, and it jumps right into the game. And if you have quick resume set for one of these games, you jump right back to wherever you left off. Probably the most convenient feature in gaming over the past however long it was, because before I got the Series X, I had a 360. There was no quick resume. So quick resume, great feature. But I just noticed today, you hit A and you go to some other page where you're looking at like game stats and screenshots that you might have taken from the game and all this other stuff that I feel like is an unnecessary step. And I'm like, why, Microsoft? Why? Like, why are we doing this? Why are we trying to reinvent the wheel? Why are we trying to add another layer? I was going to say overcomplicate things, but it's not that complicated in the grand scheme. You just hit A and then you hit A again on play. But like, why do we need this extra step? This is something that nobody has ever asked for. And I know there's going to be somebody who comments on this or comments on another video talking about the same topic saying, yes, this is the thing I've been looking for. Well, you're probably in the minority. Nobody really wants to go through no extra steps to play your game. Now, if anything, they should have maybe set it to where another button goes into the Game Hub page. I think that's what it's called, the Game Hub page. So you can look at all that stuff. But like, most of us just want to put the game on and play. Like, we ain't trying to look at nothing else. And there's definitely a reason for it. They probably focus group tested all of this stuff and came up with this bright idea to add this step. But I'm not feeling it. I'm not with it. I'm not jacking it. And I'm going to read this little article. And if I found this article a couple of months ago, I would have known that this was coming. But I didn't read this article a couple of months ago, so I'm reading it now. So this article, I found it when I was doing like a little bit of a search, and it's like on the Yahoo Tech thing, Kotaku, whatever that section is. And the headline that you see on your screen, Xbox is experimenting with an extra button press to open games. It was written by Ethan Gauch, or Gauch, there's no U, so Gauch, I guess, on Tuesday, March 25th, 2025. So here's the article. A new home screen feature is possibly on the horizon for Xbox X/S owners. Microsoft is currently testing new Xbox Game Hub pages that would provide players with more information, but also put their games an extra button press away. The Verge's Tom Warren shared a clip of how the new feature works on social media. Currently in testing for members of the Xbox Insiders program, Xbox Game Hubs open after you click on a game tile. and display additional information like your current game score in that title, time played, friends who play, and recent captured screenshots and videos. A bottom row of icons also includes shortcuts to the game store page, recent updates, and other game details. Now, also in this article, they embedded the tweet from Tom Warren that links to a video that demonstrates how this new feature works. And I did the same thing pretty much at the start of this video. I hit A, it brought up this Game Hub's pages, and then you have the option to play, and you have all this other stuff on your screen. So you know what that looks like already. Now here's the rest of the article. It's a neat idea that unfortunately seems like it will create another needless step for people who just want to turn on their console and immediately get back to the game they were playing. There's editor's note here. That's me. People like me. I am people. Now back to the article. Warren notes that the feature, as it's being tested, can be turned off for game tiles on the home screen, but not for ones beyond that. Another user points out in the comments of his post that a better way to implement this feature might be pushing the Xbox Game Hub's pages to the X button, which already brings up a mini menu for additional options, rather than the A button that's traditionally been used to immediately start a game up. We'll see how other Xbox users who are testing this feature respond. While it's always good to see Microsoft experimenting with new ways to improve the home screen, user interface and layout, it hasn't always felt like those experiments are done exclusively with their user interests in mind. Xbox dashboard updates in the past have improved the overall presentation, but also still prioritize too many elements that really serve no purpose beyond trying to advertise stuff. Ideally, the modularity of the home screen would give players the option to fully customize the experience from top to bottom. In the meantime, I hope the Xbox Games Hubs don't end up being another small forced layer of extraction between turning on the console and playing the games that you purchased for it. So that was the end of the article. All right, so the bottom line is, this is something that nobody's ever asked for. Not a soul wanted this. Nobody that I know of said, hey, what if we had a Games Hub pages that come right before the start of the game? Like, nobody really wants that. And like the article suggested, they could have easily implemented this using some other button. That way we could go around, like the people like me who don't want to see the Games Hub page, we can easily circumvent that by just doing what we normally do. And the people who actually want to use the Games Hub feature could do it with the X button. As somebody mentioned, like the X button already brings up some kind of tile card with the game information. Like, they didn't have to do this, man. And they did this for their own purposes. Of course, they're going to try to sell us some more stuff on this screen. And companies are constantly trying to push stuff to us, thinking that maybe they'll get 1% of the people to bite on something that they see because they see it on the screen. And they're kind of inconveniencing everyone else for the sake of that. It's why this very platform, YouTube, has become what it's become, where it's kind of bombarded with all these AI ads and people trying to sell you stuff that you have no interest in. And it won't make people quit Xbox if you like Xbox, but it's like something that just kind of turns people off in general. And there's no real legitimate purpose for the gamer. It doesn't benefit the gamer in any way, like to do this using the A button. But like, they could have easily, as the article mentioned and as I mentioned, you could have easily used another button to implement this same exact feature without having to go through another hurdle to play the game that you want to play. So, and it was funny. After seeing that, I thought that I pressed something wrong. When I did the video this morning, I thought that I pressed something wrong. And then I looked it up, found out that it was a feature. So I was like, let me record this because this can't be life. This can't be real. But there are more important things to beef about, especially when it relates to Xbox. And that leads me to the next topic here. Increased prices. Like, Microsoft, I get it. I know the tariffs affect everything and like you trying to make a profit and all that, but like y'all kind of wilding, y'all bugging out, y'all doing us dirty. Right, so let me go ahead and read this article. This one is off of Polygon, which I don't think I've ever really read Polygon, but I know it's like one of those websites that are dedicated to the video game industry. So here's the article from yesterday, May 1st, 2025, written by Charlie Hall. Microsoft just raised prices for Xbox consoles and games. The Xbox Series X costs $100 more than it did yesterday, and that's not the only price hike. And right now, there's 131 comments, and I'm sure that those comments are not too happy with this decision here. All right, here's the article. Microsoft has increased the cost of the Xbox Series X by $100, a 20% price increase on the video game console that launched in 2020. And that's not the only price hike announced on Thursday, as games as well as controllers and other peripherals are going up in price too, as is the Xbox Series S. Now here's a quote from the article. We understand that these changes are challenging, Microsoft said in a post on the Xbox support website, and they were made with careful consideration given market conditions and the rising cost of development. Looking ahead, we continue to focus on offering more ways to play more games across any screen, and ensuring value for Xbox players. Now, here's a breakdown of the price increases, which are effective as of May 1st, 2025. All right, Xbox Series S 512 gigabyte is now $379.99. It was $299.99. The 1 terabyte Xbox Series S is now $429.99. It was $349.99. The Xbox Series X Digital is now $549.99. It was $449.99. The Xbox Series X is $599.99. It was $499.99. Now the 2 terabyte Xbox Series X Galaxy Special Edition is now $729.99, and it was basically $600. It was $599.99. Now here they got the peripherals, the controllers, and all this other stuff. The Xbox wireless controller is now $64.99. The Xbox wireless controller in color is now $69.99. The Xbox wireless controller's special edition variant is now $79.99. The Xbox wireless controller's limited edition variant is now $89.99. It was $79.99. The Xbox Elite wireless controller Series 2 core set is now $149.99, and it was $139.99. The Xbox Elite wireless controller Series 2 complete set is now $199.99. It was $179.99. The Xbox stereo headset is now $64.99. The Xbox wireless headset is now $119.99, and it was $109.99. For those who have already purchased a modern Xbox, games will be going up in price beginning this holiday season. According to the announcement, first-party games, that is games designed and published by Microsoft or Microsoft-owned studios, will go up to $79.99. Microsoft's Xbox hardware business has been a bit off this generation. It recently told investors that hardware sales were down about 6% in the previous quarter. But the pricing announcement comes in the face of a challenging macroeconomic landscape for the video gaming broadly. The industry has been plagued by game cancellations and massive layoffs for the better part of 3 years now. Add to that the United States President Donald Trump's aggressive new tariffs, which are a tax on imported goods, including video game consoles, and the situation appears chaotic. Right, so I ain't gonna do the whole soapbox thing and talk about how politics are important, because you don't need me to tell you that. Like, there's a famous saying that somebody said that you may not be concerned with politics, but politics are concerned with you, meaning that these politicians do make decisions that impact our everyday lives. So if you choose not to be concerned with politics, that's on you. I ain't gonna force nobody to be like interested in it, but just know that even if we don't really care, the things that they do impact stuff just like this and other things that are even more directly important to us. Now, off the soapbox. So I get the whole tariff situation, and everybody saw this coming. Like, everybody kind of forecasted this. Everybody predicted that the cost of consoles were going to go up. I think the Nintendo Switch 2 prices were going to go up. They announced that recently. But everybody kind of predicted this once the whole announcement about tariffs coming into play was made. Like, everybody figured that gaming consoles, cell phones, computers, all those things that are like not produced here in the United States, that require parts to be imported from other places, you knew that this stuff was going like turn into like this to this price increase. And unfortunately, I don't see no end to it, to be honest. Like, not to play the amateur financial analyst and none of that. Like, I don't see nobody making any deals. I don't see nobody. We don't really produce the components here in the U.S. To where you could probably offset some of this stuff, I'm assuming. Again, my amateur economics, financial guy, whatever. But like, I don't see no remedy in no time soon. So, I mean, the price increase happened. I kind of, in some way, wish we would have got like a little bit of an advance notice of when it was going to come into effect. So, like, a guy like me who's been putting off buying the 2 terabyte or 1 terabyte expansion card, like, to have more hard drive space, I've been sitting on that for like the better part of 6 months. I should have just went ahead and got on that. But now I got to probably worry about when I do finally get it, just paying a little more, which sucks. Or deleting games, which I don't like doing. I kind of want to keep some of these games on the hard drive. But it's just the reality of the financial part of the video gaming industry. Like, a hobby like ours, we have fun, but like, there's a business attached to it. So, well, I could definitely feel some kind of way about Microsoft jacking up the prices. I understand that forces beyond just Microsoft are at play, and ultimately, everybody who's in business, they're in business to make money, and they're in business to like maximize the profits. And there's a whole story about that you could probably get into, but like, I'm not going to do that. But it sucks, man. Like, ain't nobody looking forward to paying for no $70, $80 games. And that definitely, these price increases definitely will impact my purchasing in the future as it relates to the Xbox Series X. I'm going to touch on that in the next segment too, with a specific couple of games that I want to talk about to close out this first ever episode of the Game Talk on the Gamez With BK channel. But yeah, definitely seeing these prices and hearing what's going to happen with the peripherals. Like, I'm just kind of happy that I locked in with all the stuff that I kind of need right now, except for that damn expansion card. Like, my homeboy CP hooked me up with the controllers that I unboxed on this channel before, the gamepad, the Xbox Design Lab controllers. I'm sure those are gonna go up in price too. And then other homeboy Johnny Castle hooked me up with a nice extension of my Xbox Game Pass subscription, because they didn't mention it explicitly here, but if they raising prices on this stuff, then Game Pass is going up in price too. Like, I don't see that being exempt from it. Just because Game Pass subscription don't require anything to be imported to my knowledge, but I think they're gonna end up raising the price on that too. That's crazy though. Like, waking up and seeing the YouTube videos and then seeing the news about that, and then the whole situation with the update that nobody really asked for. Like, it just kind of makes you frustrated with Microsoft right now, because one of those things, like the price increase, you kind of write it off. All right, that's beyond their control. That little update, come on, you ain't have to do that. But now I'm gonna just get into the next topic, the final topic, which kind of ties into this one, because now with this increased cost, that's another factor in whether or not I'm going to buy the games that I mentioned in the next segment. All right, so we're going to close out this final segment of this inaugural edition of Game Talk on Gamez With BK by asking a simple question. Is EA Sports going to get your money this summer? So recently, EA Sports dropped a combined trailer for Madden 26 and College Football 26. And of course, those trailers are well done. It makes you want to buy those games, because like last year, the trailer for College Football 25, even if I didn't have that connection to the old college football games, I would have felt inclined just watching the trailer like, yo, this game is a must have. But a year later, I'm kind of not in that same space. Not thinking about price necessarily, but just thinking about how video game companies typically are with these year-to-year releases. You don't typically see a whole lot of improvement in the game itself that would make you want to necessarily spend your money for it. Like basically paying for an updated roster in a lot of cases, especially with 2K and Madden. Like over the years, people have complained online and on YouTube about how bad those games are. So I'm not necessarily rushing out to pre-order College Football 26 and Madden 26. I will say that out of those two games, I would probably be more likely to buy College Football 26 because I like playing online against people. I never thought I'd say that because I'm one of these guys who play a lot of local dynasty, like not really playing online at all. But I had fun playing against people, even though I got smoked in a whole lot of the games. You can check out the playlist on my channel. I got smoked by a whole lot of people, but I had fun playing because, like, win or lose, it was just a fun experience. Using my beloved team, the Syracuse Orange, against a bunch of other schools, a bunch of other players around the country, around the world, because who knows where these guys are coming from. And I know that when College Football 26 comes out, that the servers for 25, you ain't gonna have too many people still hanging on to that. So that's the only allure for me, because truthfully right now I've been focused on playing like my Clay Brown Senior and Dynasty and my Clay Brown Junior Road to Glory. And unless 26 is going to have super vast improvement in those areas to where like I have to get the new 26 to really maximize Dynasty experience or the Road to Glory experience, I don't see myself really spending the money out just to play online. Like because that's the main appeal, like that I would do it with. But like I would also probably need to get a more deeper experience with the Dynasty and Road to Glory that would like put it over the edge and make it like a no-brainer purchase. Now Madden is another story where I got the Madden 25 last year and I barely played it. I tried to do a series on this channel for the Giants. I got like maybe 3-4 episodes into the whole thing, simulated the whole series, and the plan is to start from scratch with season 2, and I might even not want to play that at that time, man, because I don't know, something about Madden that lost its luster for me. And I used to be a big time Madden head way back. But the year-to-year thing, man, like just a brief story about how I used to play the games, like in the 2000s, the 2010s or so, early mid 2000s into the 2010s. Like I wasn't really buying every year's game. Like when you're a kid or a young teenager, you can get games from your family members, from your parents or whatever. You could beg them and they'll buy the game for you. But when you start having to buy these things for yourself, you start to reevaluate whether or not it's a necessity for you to get the newest Live or the newest 2K or the newest Madden or the newest whatever. Like for me, I use Madden 06 and NCAA 06 for like 4 calendar years till my PlayStation 2 burnt out and I had no choice but to like upgrade to another console. And then when I got to the NCAA 12 and the Madden 12, I rolled those games out straight through until I got an Xbox Series X. So that was like over 10 years of playing that same 2 games. So I'm not one who in my adulthood is like inclined to just go and buy the new game because it's the new game, because like a lot of times they don't really add anything to it that makes it a necessity. So I know I did a whole lot of rambling in this closing segment. I'm just kind of interested in what you guys think out there. Like, are you going to buy this new Madden game? You going to buy the new College Football 26 game? And if you are going to buy it, like, what's the thing that's making you buy it? Is it because you're buying it out of habit? Are you buying it because you like doing Madden Ultimate Team and you know that like the newer titles are always going to get the content? Are you buying it because you know that your friends are buying it, so you got a circle of people who are going to be playing the game with you? Like for me, I don't play a lot online against people, like generally speaking, outside of the NCAA football thing. Like I'm not big into the 2K my player, because I'm not spending no money on microtransactions like that. So for me, I'm cool with just playing a solid dynasty or solid franchise mode, and that'll carry me for like multiple years of a game. So yeah, that's what it is at the end. Just wanted to find out what you guys thought about the new Madden trailer, whether or not you're gonna buy the game, College Football 26, and that's pretty much it. So thank you for taking the time out to listen. I'm gonna close out this episode with a little unpaid promo segment for Crave the Art on Instagram. So check them out. Art page, self-taught artist, pencil art, portraits, still objects. Holla at them.